Good morning. We are a bit late, then we are going to go a bit faster in this second session. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm the head of the road areas, and I'm in charge of the preservation of the roads of the provincial network. This is the second year that I participate in this event, this year as a moderator, and I would like to thank them for this invitation, but usually in my professional work I'm only touching this issue tangentially. When they proposed me to participate here, and I saw the second, I was really afraid. So I have to clarify why I'm here. I'm a civil servant of the area of the roads management, looking to optimize the public money. Then we were trying to help them to develop a tool that would allow us to facilitate them the management. For them to facilitate us the management of these roads, cartography, information technology. So then I would like to say that any tool is useful if the result is good. That's in the benefit both of those who are working on the development of this and also for those who are going to be the users. The third lecture, a link to this, and it's an example of how we have been working in the development of a very powerful tool. Programmers, software specialists, and also a specialist in geographical information, and we can see a good example of cooperation between the private sector and the public sector. Now we are going to introduce the first lecture, which title is Incorporation of the Geographical Element in Corporate Applications of the Valencia Regional Government, and this will be delivered by Rafael Valcárcel, who is the General Sub-Director of Applications and Electronic Administration in the General Directorate of Information Technologies in the Valencia Regional Government. Good morning. First of all, I would like to thank the association, gvSIG, for inviting us to present what we are doing now at the Valencia Regional Government. And I would like to thank the gvSIG association, the work they have been doing during the last 10 years in the dissemination and promotion of a tool that emerged in the Valencia regional government in order to respond to a need of the regional ministry of civil works, and at this moment, as you see in the room, thanks to their constant work in the association, this has become a global benchmark. So I think they deserve the acknowledgement and our thanks. My lecture will explain how did we reach the status of the definition of standard for the development of applications, corporate applications in the Valencia regional government, and that has the geo component inside. We are not going to speak about details because we'll see that during the development of this speech. So we are going to see which were the circumstances why they were adopted, and the information technology before 2011, where a significant change takes place. The general direction of the GTI with the organization and the policies, the arrival to the gvNIX as development standard in Java technology. I'll explain a bit the geo component and the future that we would like gvNIX to have in the next few years. 3 years ago, we had a real mutation in the historical evolution of the Valencian regional government regarding information technology since 1985, when the first strategic plan of information technologies in the Valencia regional government. Information technology was organized in a distributed way among all the departments of the Valencia regional government. Each regional ministry had its own department, and we have a general body that could coordinate some elements. The coordination in issues of telecommunication was really obtaining very good results. The particular developments in each of the regional ministries and the attention to each specific competences of each regional ministry, then they organize the works as each ministry consider was the best way, and that created a Jurassic an information technology Jurassic Park, because we could have different developments, so it was very difficult. Each of the regional ministries was reporting to the subsecretary that was the coordinator for all the information technology developments, to the exception of the healthcare ministry and the education ministry, because they had some directorate generals that already had some work done in information technologies. The rest were general commissions with a general vision of these issues and being reporting to the subsecretary. There was a general directorate and it was called the Modernization General Directorate, and they were trying to coordinate the different works of these different elements. In July 2011, the General Directorate of Information Technologies was created, and they covered all the information technology services, and that was after summer 2011. This General Directorate is leading all the information and communication technologies of the Valencia regional government, to the exception of the healthcare ministry, regional ministry. I'm the SAC Director of Applications and Electronic Administration within this General Sub-Directorate that takes into account the application of all the regional ministries, to the exception of healthcare. And there is another one which is linked to the Education Regional Ministry, which is on the right-hand side. One of the questions was how were they dealing with the geomatic element within the Valencia region. If each one of these was one wall, the management of geomatics within each of the regional ministries was a real labyrinth. It was clear to me that geomatics I wanted to manage it directly. It's not included in the different departments or sub-departments that we have, and we want that to have a horizontal application with a unique vision of geomatics for all applications which are managed and processed in the Valencia regional government. A similar thing we did with the Bay issue, ICON, and the Valencia regional government. We have a horizontal application with a unique vision of geomatics for all applications which are managed and processed in the Valencia regional government. for mobile applications. They are directly in the subdirectorate, and they provide the same treatment in all services which depend from the subdirectorate or sub service. The objectives, usually they are very good objectives, and we have to promote information and favor a digital society and digital economy in the Valencia region, promoting technological innovation in the administration of the Valencia regional government, and rationalize the use of information and communication technologies. In order to achieve those objectives, we have a series of action axes, and during these 3 years we had a centralized action of all applications infrastructure, and for that it was very important trying to establish common standards and directives. We had to identify the actives that we have, even if it looks trivial. Until 6 months ago, we were not able to know all the applications with which we were working now within the Valencia regional government, without including the healthcare ministry. We are working with 1,200 different applications, each one of them developed with different standards, technologies, and documents. And thus provided that we were lucky enough to have available technologies. So being able to have the TICs contributing to this the promotion of e-administration, that could also lead us to study possible savings that we could achieve in this. Within the axis that I have previously mentioned, we were trying to define standards, consolidate CITs, and any savings that could be possible. In each one of the regional ministry, and many of you have been working with us in different regional ministries, and we were inventing the wheel once and again, and when those jobs should be coordinated or we should cooperate, the work in order to coordinate any work was incredibly costly. We are developing a project which is the result of the European Union for possible work itineraries for young people between 18 and 25 years of age, what is called the NINI generation, and that or 99 generation, and all regional ministries having a link with them, they could offer the Iran educational programs or training programs. This same project 3 years ago would have been impossible, because trying to put everybody in agreement would have been, we had redundant expenses, heterogeneity in technical solutions, a high obsolescence due to the existing structure in many of the ministries, and additionally we had a reduction, a progressive reduction in the budget devoted to CITs. So then we had two important measures, which were centralizing the contracting or the provision of all the services. There is a project which is centralized and the SIG is the development of the information systems of the regional government, and last week was finally contracted. In these two contracts, we had about 250 contracts that we used to have with all the different regional ministries. So at least we have a clustering of the services, and that allows us to have important savings, which could even offset the reduction in the budget that we have in information technology expenses. Another thing that we could do in order to adapt to this situation was the adoption of specific standards and specify which were the technologies. In practice, in year 2011, if we see the park that we have, we had we're working with all existing technologies in the market, both in development, in PI, in cartography, and in any other area. Financially, technologically it's not sustainable, but economically it's even less sustainable. One of the decisions taken was that one of the selected technologies for development in the future is Java. We can also work with HTTP, and we will try to migrate Java and PHP. In terms of Java, it's not so much a question of productivity, but it's a question of almost philosophical approaches. This is a tool that allows us to be able to work freely with any platform that we may find in the market. So we do not have to have exclusivities with any platform or anything in general terms. How can we work with Java? We have many frameworks, many tools. We can work with the platform itself. And how do we approach, because we were studying all the Java platforms that we have, which were in the market, and some that we had in the regional government, belonging to some specific companies. The conclusions were we obtained as a result that we had a Java tool which was in the regional Ministry of Civil Works, which looked to be the most efficient for us. Here we have some of the advantages. Based on this, we decided that the development standards for Java applications would be the tool, the gvSIG tool that we already had, and we would not spend €1 more in having any other development of or framework for Java, which is not belonging to gvSIG. After this, one of the components still missing to us was being able to introduce the geographical component, and that this is dealt with as a native component of the application, and which is not an island. And whenever we have to do any call to any cartographical resource, is treated as something exceptional, not only in our development but also in the version of gvSIG. This is considered as another component, as any other numeric or alphanumeric components. Excuse me. And what do we expect from gvSIG? At this moment, gvSIG as a development platform is released and free. with a Creative Commons license. The Valencia regional government, or almost all the communities working in the reuse of CIT active, there is a center for technological development in order to share resources with the Ministry of Finance and public administrations, and then any other administration can use that. And our present approach, and we are working with the association, with the GVSIG association, would be giving the same treatment that we are doing with our present GVSIG project, and we are seeing if we can take care of GVNICs and the dissemination at national and international level. We think that this is important, and that can help any administration as we are, and also any company having to do Java development. We have been working because we have already introduced the complement for the geographical module, and then the communication between GVNICs and GVSIG would be immediate, and in addition to supporting the open software communities and favoring sharing of knowledge that can generate some type of economic synergies, which is one of the ideas that we also promote from the regional government. This is a tool which is also published with a Creative Commons license, and at this moment we are expecting what do we do with the association on my behalf. That's all, and thank you.
Thank you. We will have questions at the end.